Welcome back. This is a real working 28-acre boatyard slash boat building facility residing in Stuart, Florida. It's ShipShape TV's home base. Ideally located, the complex is situated on the shores of the Okeechobee Waterway, which happens to connect the Atlantic Ocean to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, once again, here's the founder and host of ShipShape TV, John Graviscus.
Thanks, Buck. We are now inside the Palm Beach International Boat Show, and we're going to learn a little bit more about night vision today for pleasure boaters, and that leads us to our first expert guest. Hi, Scott.
John, how are you?
I am doing very well.
Good.
And Scott is the president and CEO of Night Today Camera Systems, and you guys specialize in night vision, not only for the marine industry, but for the military and a lot of different applications. And that's, you know, your background is you've gone all over the world selling night vision.
That's correct, John.
And I want to learn about this new technology that you guys are now offering that's affordable night vision for guys like me, average, everyday pleasure boaters. First question I have for you, Scott, is what is FLIR? Some people at home might know what that is, but what exactly is FLIR?
Okay, John. Well, FLIR is an old military acronym that stands for Forward-Looking Infrared.
You can absolutely have no light. It can be pitch black. And how does infrared work?
Okay, so what infrared does, or if we want to use the term thermal, it picks up heat gradients. In all different types of environments, it'll pick up heat gradients from a body, from a ship, from an engine, from a car. So it's picking up the different styles of heat gradients.
Okay, but there absolutely does not have to be any light whatsoever.
That's correct. So what you see during the day is the same picture that you'll be seeing at night with absolutely zero light.
What is low lux? What does that mean?
Okay, so ultra low lux is basically an older style type of night vision that uses what we call ambient light. So whether it's moonlight, starlight, shorelight, so it's going to take actually it's a very light sensitive camera that will engulf different types of ambient lights from different areas.
So ultra low lux, is that a more affordable technology for everyday guys like me?
Much more affordable.
Okay,
yes.
but you sell them all. I mean, you sell the expensive stuff. You also now are offering affordable night vision for pleasure boaters.
That's correct.
And that's what I want to talk about here.
Good.
This is one of your cameras here, okay? And this is ultra low lux technology, but can I separate the housing and show everybody what it's made from?
So the housing is made from billet aluminum, and what we're currently doing is we're anodizing it to give it a marine grade coat.
Okay, and this is the actual camera.
So you've got your actual lens here, and then you've got your camera with zero moving parts. These are all sealed to what we call a marine grade IP66 standard.
And that's what this O-ring here is for? That's what seals it, makes it watertight?
It's the O-ring on the front, it's the O-ring around the glass.
Let's get back to thermal imaging. If you're on the inside of your boat and you have a thermal imaging night vision camera, can you shoot through your windshield? Will it read through glass?
Great question, and that's a big problem. Thermal imaging cannot see through actual glass. It's got to see through what's called a piece of germanium, and that's a homegrown type of glass. Very expensive, but that's what thermal uses to see through. So if you take that camera and put it in a wheelhouse or put it in an enclosed bridge, it will not work.
Okay, now will ultra low lux shoot through glass on a windshield and you can still see?
Absolutely.
How do you see the image on your boat?
So basically, you've got to have some type of monitor, chart plotter, something that will take some type of video input or composite video.
Now you want to talk about a simple installation. Check this out. This is the power cord. If you have a 12-volt cigarette lighter, you can run power to the camera. That's all there is. That is really, really cool. I do see that we have some different mounting styles.
Yes.
We could fix mount it. This is a suction cup type of mount. That's cool for portability. I have a lot of different project boats. Man, on the blue water, I've got that T-top. This is a great rail mount type of thing.
You could take this camera, okay, have variation of mounts, John, and take this camera and put it anywhere you want around your boat.
If somebody wanted to find out the price of the Sea Cannon lineup, this ultra low lux technology, how much is it, and give us your website.
And this is where the exciting part comes in. The camera itself has a list price of $1,999. To get a hold of us, very simple, you go to our website at www.nighttoday.com.
Scott, thank you so much for the information. Stick around because I want you to help me out with the installation.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Turn night to day with the tried and proven C-Canon Ultra Low Lux camera. Finally, a rugged, portable, simple to install true night vision camera that everyday boaters can easily afford. At night, here's what the naked eye sees. But with this incredibly modernized camera on board, look at the difference. Watch how you can easily pick out channel markers, buoys, inlets, and cuts. Take that night cruise. Go to dinner. Go night fishing with confidence. C-Canon. Order now.
Welcome back. You're dialed in to ShipShape TV, boat improvement that's easy to comprehend.
It's kind of like a boat show special here today at ShipShape TV. Hey, welcome back. We are back at the West Palm Beach Boat Show, and we've been learning about night vision. And now what we want to do is we want to mount the Low Lux, this is the Ultra Low Lux camera put out by Night to Day Camera Systems. And there are different types of mounting styles, like this one right here. This is a suction cup type of mount, and you know, basically you just kind of put it onto some fiberglass and you press it over and it's going to hold it and it adjusts into different positions. And that's one way that we could mount our camera onto the Blue Water. But what I'm thinking is possibly we could go with some type of a rail mount, and we could maybe with some set screws and an Allen key go ahead and put it into position here. Then there's a 1/4-20 on this side right here. The camera actually threads right in. Now we again have the privilege of having Scott Satin on the program, and Scott's the president and CEO of the company. And you know, there are a lot of different ways, whether you want a camera permanently mounted into your boat or if you want to have some portability. Let's talk about, once we do get the rail mount kind of put onto the T-top section of my Blue Water and we have the camera in place, how do we plug this in so that we have power?
Okay, so basically, John, very simple. We're going to take the connector, the sealed connector that'll plug onto the back side of the C-Canon, and then what we can do is we can take our cabling here, you know, depending on how portable you want to keep it. You know, you can just run the cables wherever you want the cables to run, and then we're going to go directly into a cigarette lighter, and then we're going to plug directly into our monitor.
Okay, now on my Raymarine electronics, this is what's called an RCA adapter. I don't have that capability. I have what's called a BNC connector. So I went over to, you know, just the local Radio Shack, and I got a BNC male to an RCA adapter. So my RCA on the camera plugs into the back, and then I can go into my new unit for the Raymarine. I want you to take a look at the C-Canon Ultra Low Lux camera that we mounted onto the Pursuit project boat, and that's a permanent type of installation. I used the mount that Scott set us up with. This is the standard mount that actually comes with the camera, and we tried to find the center line on the hardtop, and we just marked out for our mounting screws. There's 3 of them. Drilled a small little pilot hole, and then we used silicone with some stainless steel screws, self-tapping screws, and we went ahead and we mounted the base. The camera actually is threaded into a 1/4-20. Okay, it just kind of tightens up, and what we did is we blew a hole maybe a little larger than a 1/2 inch for all the cabling just back behind it, and we actually wanted to run it into the inside upper portion of our hardtop. Now, with all of our lights and everything else, my hardtop has been wired up so that there is a power block up inside the hardtop, and rather than going into a 12-volt cigarette lighter, we just stripped off some ends. We put on some ring terminals with heat shrink, and then we went right to the block. Then we wired up the camera, and I gotta tell you, it's just absolutely fantastic how these things work at night. Now, I did check with Raymarine, okay, and I wanted to make sure that that camera was not going to interfere with my radome, and they said, no, John, not at all. Anything bigger, yeah, you might want to put it on a stand and get it up out of the way, but you are going to be in great shape. If somebody wanted to learn more about night vision, give us the resource one last time.
Okay, so real simple, John. It's www.night.today.com.
And trust me when I say it truly does take night on the water and turns it to day. And right now, we're going to take our last time out of the day, but keep it right here, because when we come back, we're going to show you Low Lux technology. I might be able to talk this guy into showing us some of that thermal imaging, which would be kind of cool too. And we'll cover it right on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
The boats, the tools, and ShipShape TV will be back in a snap.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Turn night to day with the tried and proven Sea Canon Ultra Low Lux camera. Finally, a rugged, portable, simple to install true night vision camera that everyday boaters can easily afford. At night, here's what the naked eye sees. But with this incredibly modernized camera on board, look at the difference. Watch how you can easily pick out channel markers, buoys, inlets, and cuts. Take that night cruise. Go to dinner. Go night fishing with confidence. Sea Canon. Order now.
That's right. Our project today is pretty much complete, which means we're now back on the water with John.
What you're looking at is what the naked eye sees out here on the water at night. Okay, it's pretty dark. It's pretty hard to pick out anything out on the water. That's why a lot of pleasure boaters really kind of opt not to go out at night, and that's when the best weather is. You know, especially if you're in a hot southern climate like down here in Florida. We have put on the Sea Canon. This is the Ultra Low Lux technology on the Blue Water Project boat. You also brought a thermal imaging camera, which is a much more expensive camera, okay? And there are companies out there that offer, you offer this, I mean,
yes.
you sell this. But basically what I have here with the Raymarine E140W, and it has 4 video inputs, and let me show you how this works. I touch my video icon, and notice that I have 4 video inputs here. And right now, we're on video 4, and that is thermal imaging. Kind of pan down and show the bow rail. Very close, okay, very nice detail on the close stuff, but you really don't get the depth of field. You also mentioned that thermal imaging cameras, which are more expensive, don't shoot through glass.
Right.
Okay, can you demonstrate that? That's outside. Now bring it in to shoot through my windshield. Okay, and again, it's more money, but it won't shoot through your windshields, your plexiglass windshields, anything else, but Ultra Low Lux will, okay?
Correct.
Now, let me go ahead and switch over to Ultra Low Lux. This is a much more affordable technology, and look at the depth of field that you get. This is really, really cool. I prefer, personally, the Ultra Low Lux over the more expensive thermal imaging stuff. And truly, this guy is turning night to day with the technology. And Scott, we need to thank you and everybody over at Night to Day Camera Systems. That is really, really cool. We also had Chuck Casagrande on the program. My guys, like always, work very, very hard. Show management, running the Palm Beach International Boat Show. We had a lot of people helping us out today, but most importantly, hey, that's right, we've got to thank you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us right here on the very dark, but yet still beautiful water's edge. But we've got to go. But how about this? How about until we see each other again, can you do yourself a favor? Can you get out there and make your boat ship shape? Of course you can. I'm John Graviscus, again Scott Satin. We'll see you next time. Scott, this is incredible, man. Shoot me. Put me on with the thermal imaging.
Closed captioning for ShipShape TV has been made possible by ShipShapeTV.com, the official website of boaters everywhere.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Turn night to day with the tried and proven Sea Canon Ultra Low Lux camera. Finally, a rugged, portable, simple to install true night vision camera that everyday boaters can easily afford. At night, here's what the naked eye sees. But with this incredibly modernized camera on board, look at the difference. Watch how you can easily pick out channel markers, buoys, inlets, and cuts. Take that night cruise. Go to dinner. Go night fishing with confidence. Sea Canon. Order now.